What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Real Deal Sports. The usual guys are here. Myself, we got brother John with the OKC. He repping the squad. We got
Of
brother
course.
Walt in the middle. How are you gentlemen doing? How's everything? How are you? How are you?
It's good. It's good.
I'm real good. Thank you to our 32 subscribers. And
Yes, we
but yeah,
appreciate
man,
it.
I'm real good, man. It's been a crazy week in sports.
I'm
Man,
about to say it's been
you
a
ain't
crazy
never
week for you
lied.
too, Sir Indralot. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that boy got Aaron
Hey
Rodgers
man, the
collarbone
problem is I'm not in shape
ACL.
enough. And so like I put my body like on the line every play, and then I realized like I can't do the things I used to do, and I'm like, I gotta get back in shape though. I'm not giving up. I'm just gonna get back in shape.
You
it's
realize
time.
that after you hurt yourself?
It's time to retire, bro. At least just give yourself a little time
Right.
to heal. At least, bro. I'm just
The
saying.
Relax,
problem now
John
is
Lynch.
I'm in 3 leagues that play back to back to back days. So like
Dang.
that's the problem. I didn't even space it out. That's the problem.
Yeah, you need to slow it down,
I
John
like the
Lynch.
dedication, though. I mean, I will say that. I like the dedication. I will say that. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the problem is I play it 100% all the time, but then I go sit on my couch all week. And so like it's like I get up and I'm like and then I just go like 100% and then I'm just like, "Oh man, I maybe, I stretch and stuff. I'm not an idiot, but like, you know what I mean? Like still like I got to get back in shape."
Yeah.
get a little cardio in.
Right. Go
Oh yeah,
for a
it's definitely
jog
good
around the
exercise.
house. Yeah. Hey, relax, John Lynch. But
Hey,
I
you
say
know what? Hey,
we
you know what?
need
No, no,
you.
no. Hey, I want to respond to some, and this is not a defense. This is I want to really legit respond to some comments like we had last week because I don't know if y'all read the comments, but like people were quite critical of my stance on MVP. Fair enough, but I just want to point out, like, I never said Jokic. This is not a defense of me. This is just a response because I want to respond to the like people who support the show and all that. I never said Jokic didn't deserve to be MVP. I just said I have a problem with giving it to someone who's a 6 seed. That's all. Like I think Jokic definitely deserves MVP. I just would personally give it to Giannis because I believe we can't be giving it to the 6 seed every stinking year. Like we saw with the Westbrook thing, like what a mistake that was. You know what I mean? Like this whole chasing triple doubles and all that stuff. Like these guys have found a way to finesse the league. You're right. And right now it's Jokic and Doncic and stuff, but they keep getting bounced in the first round. And it's like, all right, at some point you got to admit these triple doubles are fake stats. But that being said, I don't think this series is over. I think Denver is still in this series, and I think people are in for a big surprise. I love Jordan Poole. We're going to talk about the upcoming stars soon, but if Steph Curry can't play more than 20 minutes, if Steph Curry can't play more than 20 minutes, I like Jokic over Jordan Poole. I'm sorry, and so I think Denver's still in this series. I think it's long from over.
That
yeah.
shit over.
And
Just to
speaking,
respond to the people who whatever said
Yeah,
that
we
we don't know our
respond too.
stuff.
We respond to everything.
Yeah,
Comment.
speaking
we're
of
not saying that Jokic doesn't deserve it. We're just
I'm saying he don't. Should have gave it to either Joel Embiid
Well,
or Devin Booker.
statistically, I'm saying statistically he deserves it, right? There are 3 or 4 guys who deserve it, but I'm saying statistically he deserves it. I just wouldn't give it to him because I don't like giving it to the 6 seed. But
But
anyway,
I'm pretty sure they appreciate you. Shouting them out and letting them know that.
yeah, I don't want this to be like it
So,
was defense of me. Look, if my take is garbage, then call me out on my take. I'm not going to sit here and defend my take either.
that's what we like
Yeah,
though. That's what we want the fans to do though.
This
We
is
want
more
y'all
about
to
responding to them. Yeah.
Yeah, we want y'all to comment. We want y'all to get y'all opinions because that's what we like. You know what I'm saying? Of
Yeah,
course,
we
we're
want
not
the
always
opposite
right. Or
comment.
I know I'm not always right, and I'm sure John, he's definitely not always right. Neither is Nico, but you know what I'm saying. But I mean, we like it. That's what we here for to debate everything. So bring all the comments, even if all the LeBron hate, I want it all because I'm coming for you. All you LeBron
Yeah, and
haters,
we respond because we want we're reading them. Like it's not like we're sitting here trying to defend ourselves. We want we read the comments and appreciate you guys commenting in.
yeah. Well, speaking of the Warriors and rising stars, one of the current stars is hurt. Mr. Devin Booker of the Phoenix Suns injured his hamstring last night and they have just today they say a word that he's going to be out game 3 and 4, and I think they say he will be evaluated after going into game 4. But as of right now, he's out indefinitely for game 3. What you guys think? Did this series just take a turn?
Well, you got some people, so I'm not saying names, but and this isn't a shot at them, but you got some people already now predicting a Pelicans win in 7.
Say the
Um,
names.
no, because I don't want to be like it's a shot. It's not. That's just a take. I wouldn't go that far, man. I think the Suns. Listen, we talked about this when we talked about the MVP record. Like without Devin Booker and without Chris Paul, the Suns still had a winning record. Like you don't find that in very many other teams without their star players. So, like I think the Suns are gonna be all right. I think the Pelicans are still. I don't think they have exactly all their pieces together right now. I think these guys just, they just started playing together. And CJ McCollum is great, but he's gonna have to do this every night. Brandon Ingram's gonna have to do this every night, and we don't get that from them throughout the regular season. So I'm not sure why in the playoffs against one of the toughest teams we're gonna see that. So I still like the Suns in 6 or maybe 7, depending on how it goes. But I don't see Pelicans winning this series.
Go ahead, Walt.
Yeah, they confirmed that it's a mild right hamstring sprain or whatever. So I mean, I still think, like John said, that the Phoenix Suns can still pull it off. I thought the Phoenix Suns were going to be able to win it in 5, but now since Booker is hurt, I'll probably say it's going to probably go. The series is going to go 7, but I could still see Phoenix still winning this only because I really don't want to sleep on Brandon Ingram because I ain't gonna lie, man. For some reason, Brandon Ingram been balling out like for these last month or so. So, and I feel like he's carrying that momentum into the playoffs right now. So, I mean, Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, I mean, them two together, they've been balling out, and it's not just them either. So they got the role players as well that's stepping up. Everybody's been stepping up for the Pelicans. So I mean, I feel like the playoffs is a time for momentum, and so they got the momentum going for them right now. So I don't know. Like I said, they could possibly have an upset, but I'm gonna stick to my guns, and I'm gonna say that the Suns gonna pull it out in 7 though.
Yeah, I think really the only problem. I mean, I think the Suns can pull it out, but I think last night showed that they have a problem with dealing. They have a problem with size. Same thing they had a problem with last year in the finals. With Milwaukee, size was a problem for them. Especially last night. Jackson Hayes, he had a lot of fast break dunks. You know, so I think if they can kind of um, calm that down as far because I mean they're gonna be. I think until they play like a team like Golden State, they're probably gonna be the shorter team in most series. So I think that's gonna be a thing. But I think for the Suns to continue to win, Jay Crowder got to step up, man. Game 1, he was the first player ever to have like a single in every category, and it's like, bro, you just taking up space. And then last night you only get 5. Like, come on, bro. You
Yeah,
gotta do
he rides or
something.
dies like with his 3-point shooting lately. Like, and I like him attacking the rim, but like if his 3 points not falling, it's almost like he just sort of like stops playing offense. He just
That's what
starts
I'm
passing,
saying.
There you
and
go.
it's
He
like
only
no,
settles for the jumper.
yeah, because if his 3 point starts falling, then he starts getting confident and attacking the rim too. But it's like, no, that's what attacking the rim is there for. Like when your three's not falling, then you go to the rim and get your confidence back. But it's like almost like he stops playing offense when his three is not falling a lot of times.
But yeah,
Um,
100%.
I feel like that's the only thing that's kind of bothered me. Another thing that bothers me about Phoenix as well is it seems like everybody else, other than Paul and Booker, needs somebody else to give them the ball. So I mean, with Booker being out, that's one of your playmakers that's out. And I'm not saying that Chris Paul can't do it, but he's kind of up there in age. And I mean, he went with 5 of 16 the last game. I think he only had maybe like 15 points.
yeah, it's rough.
I don't really see Chris Paul really carrying the load like Devin Booker can because I mean he had 31 points in the first half. So I can't imagine if he didn't get hurt. I mean he could have possibly had another 30. But I mean who's to say that? But I'm just
Yeah,
saying that's the only thing that scares me. I just don't see Chris Paul being able to carry the load for another 6 games. I should say.
Yeah, next series is really going to make a huge difference, right? If he's still not back by next series, Chris Paul can't catch a break though, man. Like with these playoff injuries to
Man,
himself or his own teammates. But
yeah.
yeah, that's where it's going to definitely be a big difference. I mean, who knows? Pelicans could win this series, but I think the next series is really where he's going to have to be back, and not just back, but be healthy.
Before we end it, or before we move on, I just got a quick question. I was watching NBA Today earlier, and Perk kind of like interests me a little bit with saying, how do y'all feel about him saying like Brandon Ingram is like the baby version of KD?
I could see that. Body wise, they both are very slender individuals, tall. I mean, I've always said that was probably his, that was his comparison. Now, you know, is he, he got that jumper? I mean, I think he does a lot of things well. So, I mean, I can
only
see
reason
it.
only reason I'm asking, I just feel like Perk is possibly only basing that off of just that one game, though. Like
Could be.
Well,
I mean,
no, I think for years people have been comparing Ingram's size and games type to
but
KD,
But
but
that's what
he's
I'm saying. He
not.
wasn't really saying size. He was just saying like the way how he was just dribbling the ball, getting to his spots. You know what I'm saying? Pulling up from mid range. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with it.
Ingram, he does do that, but I'm just saying he doesn't do it on a consistent basis. I'm just asking, like, is he just only basing that off of just that one game though? Like, I mean, I just feel like I need to see more consistency for him to actually make that comparison. To me, I'm just saying.
Yeah, so if he's saying like he has the potential to be as great as Kevin Durant, I think that's stretch. But I do think he is his game type, the way he plays, and especially his body type, of course, is reminiscent of KD. Like it, but Paul Pierce and Carmelo kind of play a lot alike, but that doesn't mean they're this. One of them has to be better than the other. You know what I mean? They say Kobe played like Jordan, but obviously one of them's better than the other. So I get the KD comparisons, but I mean, if he's trying to say he has potential to be as great as KD, that's a stretch. I mean, I feel like we've seen enough of Brandon Ingram to know like we're not going to get leading scorer or anything like that out of him ever. Like I think I'm not saying we've seen the best of him. I think he could get better, but I don't think he's going to show us something crazy, in the next couple of years. I think we've seen what we know what we've seen from him.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Next topic. Since we're speaking on comparisons, I'm gonna compare this Kyrie Irving in the Boston Celtics to Reggie Miller in the New York Knicks. Cause boy, that game one, Kyrie was flipping off fans and telling them to, SMD. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it.
Hey,
But
I
mean,
ain't gonna lie, man. It's tough.
But I'm gonna start it off, man. I didn't like the way the NBA fined him though, because
They
they ain't
have
doing
to,
nothing but
though.
giving.
They had to.
I
They
hear
had
you.
to.
I hear you. But you, come on, bro. Them fans be outrageous. Some of the stuff they be doing and saying be crazy. And
I
I
mean,
think and I say any player, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, Arabian, it's certain stuff. It's like, bro, I gotta say something. I gotta say something or do something. You ain't gonna be keep talking to me crazy.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, and we're seeing like a lot more now with fans and other players paying each other's fines, like especially when they're making that kind of money. This is what we want to see, right? I don't want to see Jordan Poole getting fined, right? But I want to see Steph Curry open his mouth and say, right, in defense of Jordan Poole. Let's say someone yells something at Jordan Poole on the way down the court. I want to see Steph Curry come back down and be like, you know what, I'm gonna eat this fine and say it back, say something back in his defense or something, and not just defend himself, right? Defend other players on your team. That's what this is what we want to see. I mean, obviously I love Kyrie. I defend him all the time, but like this is what I love about Kyrie is he's not going to go over to security. No offense to you Bron fans, but he's not going to go over to security and be like point a guy out and be like, "Hey, kick him out." I don't like that. I'm not here for that. Nah, man.
I mean, low key though, that might be the better option. I mean, because you can't say on one hand, no wait, because you just said he can't do it. So if I can't do it, I'm gonna get your ass out of here. That's what.
Yeah, but that's
I feel like that's a lot more power to have, just to be able to have the ability to be like, "Hey, bro, get your ass up out of here, man!" Like
we're talking about people who are paying to be there as compared to you're getting.
I
paid.
get that.
You know what I mean?
Don't, you don't just talk crazy to
I was
people.
just about to say, just because you paying to be there, that don't give you the right
I disagree.
to
I disagree.
say anything.
Okay, now there are lines. There are certain lines. I'll give you that. But I'm saying like,
but the fans cross them all the time. That's what I'm
they're
saying.
yelling, if they're just yelling obscenities and stuff like that, like whatever, that's fair. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's all fair game. There's a reason fans is short for fanatics, man. These people care deeply about
how. Wait. How's it fair game though?
How is it that they care about the game if they're telling me like, hey, your mom needs to go to hell? What the hell do my mom got to do with this game? I'm not saying that's not what they're saying, but I'm just saying
it ain't personal. They don't actually believe in their heart that your mom needs to go.
But why say it?
Because they're trying to get in your head to mess you up. The same reason they bang things behind the free throw line. Everything is
that is completely different. That is completely. If you banging something on the drum, that's fine. I don't care about that. But if you
but I'm saying everything a fan does.
We had this discussion before on one of these episodes. If you cross that line and saying something about my family, we have an issue. Flat out. I'm sorry.
But this is what I'm saying. About everything a fan does is to get in your head to throw you off your game. And if at some point, if you're cooking them, they feel like they have to step the level up to get in your head even more.
He wasn't doing nothing at the time. He ain't started scoring until the fourth quarter.
If you know what the players were saying to each other, it's worse than what the fans are saying.
But I don't give you the right to say it just because him and another guy's going back and forth.
What do you mean? Everyone has the right to say what they want to say.
You don't have the right to say. No, you don't.
Until the NBA actually says, "All right, here's the list."
John, hold on. But not this word. No damn list.
That's what I'm saying. So until that happens, everyone does have the right to say.
Even if they come out with one, it still ain't gonna mean nothing.
Well, because then the NBA has the right. I just don't like players having fans kicked out. Like, I feel like if the NBA takes a stance and says that guy's got to go, they got to go. But like, I like seeing my players like Kyrie, and this is what I like about Kyrie is almost everything he does. He handles it himself, and and by the way, that's why fans love Kyrie still. Like,
we get that, but okay, it's only you keep handling it yourself. You're gonna keep coming money out your pocket, though. I mean, regardless, I understand that you got bread, but at the end of the day, 25, 50,000, 100,000, that shit gonna add up.
Right, but you listen to the old school players and guys like Kyrie and stuff. They talk about they love that stuff. He says, bring it.
You can love it and be able to say something back. What are you talking about? I feel
like we've gotten a little too soft, man.
It's not about being soft, bro. It's about a line.
If they show up to my house, all right, fine. They've crossed the line. You know what I mean? Bro. But if they're yelling stupidity from the stands, trying to throw me off my game, that's part of the game. It's part of the game, man.
It's not part of the game, because only the reason I'm saying that because if you take it back in the day, let's bring Boston fans. Okay, let's bring it to the Boston fans. I'm not sure if y'all are a fan of HBO Max, the winning time right now, bro. Bill Russell brought them 11 rings, and they still hated that man, bro. How can you still hate somebody that brought you 11 rings to your city? I'm just saying, though. But my point is, it's just the fact that it's a line that you can't cross. They was pretty much calling him the N-word, all that type of stuff, bro. Like stuff like that, you cannot say to,
First off, we are talking about a select group of people. The people in Boston love Bill Russell. Like, majority love Bill Russell. They talk admiringly of Bill Russell a ton, right? So I agree. There is a select group of people who always take things too far and whatever. But those aren't even. First off, I'd like to see those people at actual games, because I don't even think they're NBA fans, right? If you're that racist, you're probably not even going to NBA or something. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to most people at these games that are yelling stuff are not yelling horrible things, right? If Kyrie had said they were saying some crazy things, he's definitely like calling that out. But like, no, you know what? The guy said this. But when Kyrie says, I want more of that, I have a feeling these people are just yelling stupidity. And so that's what I'm saying. I'm okay with yelling stupidity. and saying your mom, if they start invoking your mom's name and stuff, maybe I could see that going too far or something. But just yelling vague, like your mom, come on, man. That's like the office jokes, man. Like that's like, that's what she said or whatever the joke. Like it's not actually
My
invoking
thing
somebody in
is,
your
if
family's name.
I get that, but he's saying, yeah, he's going to bring all the same energy. But I think they must have said something towards he had to address it though. You know what I'm saying? My thing regardless, like you still flicking them off and you telling somebody to S my D, I'm sure that's some harsh words. I'm just saying.
It's not though. It's not. It's
What?
really not.
Wait.
Just
Hold on.
talking.
Wait.
You telling me somebody saying
crap.
wait, you telling me you don't want to go fight him right
I'm
now.
gonna end it in this one question. If it's not that bad, why did they find him?
There it is, right there.
Because the NBA has to find the players, right? Because
why?
Because they have a certain name to keep, right? Whereas, like, we hold ourselves to some high standard. But I mean, let's be honest. That's just part of the game. Like if you say these things, if you call out a referee after the game, you get fined. I think that's completely worse. I think you should be allowed to say, "Man, the referees screwed up my game. Like he threw."
Both are bad. I think both.
They let you get away with it depending on what you say.
I don't know. Because a referee, you're talking about actually costing people millions and millions of dollars because of a bad call. Whereas a fan, he's just, saying stupidity. He's not, so I think there's actually like financial ramifications. Whereas, we're talking about people's feelings getting hurt. I'm not with that. I love it when Kyrie responds like this. I like it when the rich guys eat these fines. And by the way, this is why we just talked about an NHL player. Like the fans sent him money to pay his fine for something because he said or did something in a game. He finally responded to something, and like that's what we're seeing is like these fines are a joke. Now when we see Joel Embiid pay the guys on his team's fines who don't make as much as him, like that's what we want to see because we want to tell the NBA like these fines are jokes, like no one actually cares, and we're here for it. We we love it. So
pretty much, John said he want to go back to the old school days. Like if it wasn't no blood, no foul. You feel me?
No, I think if you get personal, we can talk about that. You know what I mean? If I start calling out Walt, whatever people in his family's name and stuff like that, I think we can talk about that.
They do that too. What are you talking
just
about?
saying your mom, come on, man.
I'm not just saying like your mom like that. I'm just saying I'm pretty sure they're saying a lot more extreme stuff than just your mom's fat or something like that. I'm sure there's a lot more behind whatever the guy was saying.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna send y'all a video later. It was a lady in Golden State that it was after the game. She says, "LeBron, how does it feel to be a punk AB?"
I heard that, and when he was walking back to the
locker room. Well, okay, but we just talked about Bill Russell, right? And when you listen to Shaq and Chuck talk, right? They went through way worse stuff than these guys nowadays.
A punk AB? What are you talking about?
Bill Russell heard way worse things than that.
He did.
I'm sure he did.
Wait. Just because he heard it back then, don't mean these players don't hear the same.
No, he said he's probably heard worse than
that.
No, he's a lot more.
Bill Russell got it worse. That's not even a question.
I don't think
the things Dr. J was
know
hearing.
That, though.
No, the things Dr. J was hearing when he was playing.
All right. So imagine LeBron in Miami. What them Boston fans were saying to LeBron.
I'm sorry, there are not hundreds of people yelling the things that they were saying to Dr. J back in the day. Like we're talking about.
You don't know that?
No, we're talking about the fans were like, get him off our team. We don't want to like, what I mean? We're talking about like the own team. Like it's not like the other team was just talking garbage. Like his own team was like, we'd rather lose than have this guy, right? Like there's no way LeBron's hearing that kind of stuff at the levels that those guys were hearing back then. It's not even close. So the point is like, I'm just saying is like, I like what Chuck and Shaq were saying this week was like, how you shut them up is you go and beat them. You go and send them home. You send them home. And I understand you can't do that every time. Even Shaq and Chuck didn't win. Chuck never won. So I get that, right? But for me, like there's a certain level of fan where yeah, you have to actually escort him out of the building and say you're not allowed back. But just talking garbage, man. Like, even him saying S my D and all that stuff, like that's just come on, man. I know for a fact these guys are talking way worse than that to each other on the court.
Look, I can't even disagree with that. I mean, he definitely is probably right, especially with the Dr. J stuff. I'm sure Dr. J's have heard, Dr. J's and Bill Russell have heard a lot worse than what these people are hearing now. Not saying that LeBron is probably not hearing it, but he didn't probably hear it as much as Bill Russell and Dr. J had to though. But I'm sure there are still people that are still doing the same things that from back in the day now, but just not as bad. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, with a certain level of fame, you're gonna and run into more people who hate you, right? So they'll hire. So LeBron will probably face more hate than anyone we ever whatever anyone else at this time. So I'm not saying LeBron doesn't face it, but at the same time, LeBron gets
There's different levels to it.
Yeah, the percentage of love to hate he gets is astronomical compared to what Dr. J was getting in his day. This is what I'm trying to say is, and so I love to hear the old guys say, listen, I go do what I do best, and that's how I prove them wrong. I don't, and by the way, I don't mind if they vocally respond to this stuff, right? I too. And sometimes I even love the Malice at the Palace. I like it when, hey, man, you know what? We're done with you throwing cups, like, right? Because that's physical assault. Now we're talking about physical assault. So let's match,
We definitely don't want no Palace, no battle at the Palace no more.
Right, but I don't think if people say something, you can go smack them. But I think once they cross that line of touching you, and then of course, like I said, man, yeah, you start invoking names and using actual personal, things. Yeah, then that's when the NBA has to step in, and if they don't, then that's on them. Right? But
Hey,
I don't know, man. I love it. I love this thing with Kyrie.
Kyrie, if you ever see this, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah,
SMB.
but like John said, ball out there.
SMB.
Ball up, ball out there. Send them home. Send Boston home, but it don't look like it right now because it's a 1-point game.
Wow,
Yeah, and by the way, actually, who around the country likes Boston fans? Like this is the thing too, is everyone else hates them too, right? They're getting way more hate. So you know what? If they want to act the fools, listen, we're gonna call them out.
I think all Boston, Massachusetts teams in general, honestly, because you've heard a lot of Reds, a lot of them people, a lot of these players, Black, Dominican, Cuban, when they go to the Red Sox stadium, they've heard some crazy stuff when they in the outfield or they at bat. So it might just be a Boston thing. I don't know, but
I'm sure it's not just Boston though. I mean, I'm sure it's everywhere. But I mean,
but you don't hear people complain about other places like Boston though.
They say Boston and Utah are quite bad still.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I've heard about Utah. Yeah, they say Utah is outrageous. But switching gears, fellas, going to the league, Mr. Debo Samuels no longer wants to be a San Francisco 49er.
This crazy.
What is going on? But I did hear, I read today that he wants to be a receiver. He does not want to be a running back receiver hybrid.
Okay.
He doesn't because when it comes to contract talks, they like, well, you're not really a receiver because 50% of the plays you were in the back, stuff like that, which I can understand. Because you want that receiver money. Let's just be honest. You see what Devontae Adams done got, Tariq Hill done got, hell, even Christian Kirk. You see what he done got. You like, I need that. I'm better than Christian Kirk. Pretty sure that's what he's telling the 49. We gotta come on now. Let's run me the check. So I think this is, if he gets traded, this is gonna really hurt that team, man. Because he's been like the unspoken leader. He leads with his actions. Everybody else talk. He just go play. So I think, losing somebody like that is gonna hurt. What do you guys take? Let's start with you, Walt.
Man, that's gonna do more than hurt. That's gonna kill him, in my opinion. I mean, that's pretty much the whole entire offense, Debo. Honestly, Like you said, they line him up pretty much everywhere. The receiver, slot, running back, tight end, maybe. No, I'm just playing. But I'm just saying he be everywhere though. Like he everywhere on the offense though. Like, but yeah, just I mean, I understand where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be named a receiver. But I mean, not even he's a receiver, but I just feel like he could do a lot more than just being a receiver because he's proven that he can do a lot more, and I feel like he does deserve to get paid this money because, like I said, that whole 49ers offense is ran through Debo pretty much. Before he got there, I want to say it was pretty much what George Kittle's team. Um, I mean, he was pretty much the dominant player of that offense. That was pretty much when you thought of 49ers, you thought of George Kittle. But now when you think of 49ers, you think of Debo Samuel. But him requesting this trade now, not too sure if he's going to be there. But I know they said there were a few teams that he was trying to go, that they had consideration or whatever you want to call it, I should say. I'm not sure if they came out with them yet, but I think I did see a few of them earlier. I think they said they had Kansas City, the Jets, New Orleans, Green Bay, and then Detroit. Honestly, if those were the teams that he wanted to go to, I will say probably. Well, of course, everybody would probably say the Chiefs, but I mean, I say Green Bay. Why not go with Aaron Rodgers? You know what I'm saying? That could be something to see. Him, Aaron Rodgers, him and Debo. I feel like that could be another combination, but he don't want to see that because, of course, that's in his division. But I mean, me personally, I wouldn't mind.
You gotta relax with all that. Don't.
I'm just saying, me personally, I wouldn't mind.
Hey, what if he? While you talking, what if he go to Baltimore? Huh? What if he go to Baltimore?
If you go to Baltimore, you go to Baltimore.
You don't want that smoke twice a year.
Yeah, listen.
Debo gonna run over.
No, we're not gonna talk about that. I'm just saying we don't know. I'm just saying those are possibilities. I don't know. So
yeah, don't bring that up. That ain't no possibility. We go anywhere else.
But we go to run those problems.
Minnesota and Wisconsin. We can go anywhere but those three. They go ask anywhere else.
But I mean, just the end of my statement. I mean, honestly, the man deserves it, man. He's pretty much their whole offense. So pay the man. Wherever you go, he deserves to get paid.
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, he's got to definitely get more than Christian Kirk. But I think Christian's making 21 and a half a year, something like that. The way they structured it. But like, if he goes to the Jets, then he clearly cares like way more about the money than winning, right? But if he gets another thing too for this though is it makes me wonder if he doesn't believe in Trey Lance. Right, because he's had to have caught pass from Trey Lance by now, right? At some point in a practice or somewhere along the line. It makes me wonder if he doesn't believe in Trey Lance. Obviously, probably doesn't believe in we'll see what Garoppolo. What's the situation there? But so it makes me nervous about them even more, right? Because if your best receiver, is like, man, I gotta get out of here. It makes me think, you know what, your quarterback might not be legit, and if your quarterback ain't legit, that team is done. Like they're done for years to come. So they could be in serious trouble way past this situation, just based on like talent level. We'll see, but yeah, obviously losing Debo Samuel is going to knock them out of being a contender. He's just that good, man. Like, and like you said, he did everything. He came in last year and threw a touchdown. I mean, literally did everything last year. So if he can get to Kansas City, or Green Bay for 23, maybe 25 mil, but whatever they were offering Devontae Adams and Tyreek, like because right, they were offering guys like that, so they
ain't got enough. They ain't got enough. Stop. Why you keep saying that? They don't have enough.
No, but I'm saying they can clearly afford to pay a receiver 23, 25.
No, but I mean, if you ain't get that to Devontae Adams,
but they did, and Devontae didn't want 25. That's the thing. Right. So I'm saying
you think Debo wants? No, he wants to reset the market too.
So that's what I'm saying. If he wants to reset the market, then sure, go to the Jets and lose.
That's what I just said. He did say it wasn't about the money though. That's what I'm saying. He said that one of the reasons is not about the money. So I'm sure he wants to go to a playoff contending team. So,
but what that probably shows too?
If he will go to Kansas City or Green Bay for 23 or 25 mil, I think it shows like, listen, yeah, I want to get paid, but I also want to win still. I do care about winning. But yeah, if he goes to the Jets for $31 million, I'm sorry. That's a
no,
joke.
but low key, now that you say that, Kansas City might be the best option for him because I mean, if you think about it,
Because they're not Green Bay. Yeah, we get it.
no. Seriously.
No,
No, but I mean, you just lost Tyreek Hill.
I was just about to say
Can
that could be
you really depend on Juju to stay healthy and be your new number one? I mean, at least if anything, you got two physical, receivers. I wouldn't say they're willing to go across the middle, but
Yeah, and
they
if you're
would
San
do it.
Francisco, you don't want to keep him in the NFC either. You don't want the Packers.
But I'm saying it would be a perfect fit. You get him out the NFC, you get him out your division, and I don't know what you can really get. Well, I mean, they probably can get a couple good first, second, and a third, possibly. Give some of them picks they got for Hill, get those to San Fran. I mean, I don't know, but I think what I was thinking too is he might be ready to leave because they might be going with Trey Lance. And we don't know about Trey Lance, and maybe he don't either. He like, well,
he's got to know. He's got to know if Trey Lance is
no, but I'm saying, it's different. When you a new quarterback, you trying to get big plays. You trying to throw the big bodies, the big body receiver. More than likely, it's going to be Ayuk and Kittle. As far as Debo, it's different. You don't know if you're going to get the same production that you were getting with Jimmy. You don't know if you're going to get that with Trey. So it's like, nah, I'm going to try to go elsewhere. Because what you don't want is you don't produce with Trey, and then they want to take your money away.
Yeah.
Or they want to restructure your contract. Well, you ain't doing what you used to. We ain't got the same quarterback I used to have either. But, that's the NFL for you.
Yeah.
And another news,
I mean, it's. I wouldn't say I'm shocked he asked out, but I am definitely surprised. Like I'm definitely, that he's. You know what? Forget it. I'm out. So I wonder what the talks were that he just.
Why not just come on to Cleveland? Fuck it. Why not just come to Cleveland?
dude, y'all ain't got that much money. Relax. You got
You don't
Baker
know how much
Mayfield.
money we got. You don't know how much money we got.
They got Baker Mayfield on a $20 million deal talking about we got money. No, you don't. If you could get him off the books, you might have something, bro.
I ain't gonna lie though, they did just say like I was saying that it's a possibility. Like if he do get cut, he might go to Pittsburgh. I'm like we're kind of nervous about that. I ain't gonna lie.
Are you?
A little bit. Just a little bit, not a lot, but just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Pittsburgh is set, man. They got Mitch.
Only reason I'm saying that is because of Tomlin. Only because of Tomlin. Only because of the head coach. Only because of the head coach. That's the only reason. That's the only reason.
I'm mad he said Mitch like it's Tom Brady.
We moving on.
I like Mitch.
He said Mitch like it was Tom Brady. They got Mitch. They good.
Y'all silly as hell, man.
Oh, that boy said it like it was Aaron Rodgers. They got Mitch. They ain't struggling.
Chill, man. Chill. Okay. Hey, Mitch might be watching the show. I'm just saying, chill.
Hey, Mitch, come on the show. Don't hesitate.
Y'all fried, man.
But man, y'all are funny. So the kickoff the playoffs. I think one situation happened in the play-in tournament. Other happened in game 1 of the Timberwolves and Grizzlies game. 2 ladies, one glued herself and the other one chained herself to the courts.
It's a funny
during the game. Now, Walt, will you please tell the people why the one young lady glued herself?
Well, they both did. They both did for the same reason.
No. Okay. Oh, was it the same reason?
Yeah, they both did for the same reason.
All right. Well, go ahead and explain why these young ladies.
Okay, so these ladies
did what they did.
They did this for a animal rights movement. So the lady said, I super glued myself down to the basketball court to bring attention to the mass killing of chickens at Glenn Taylor's factory farm using VSD. I'll be honest, I'm not even sure what VSD is, but yeah. But so I'm pretty much saying I'm guessing that her whole doing this, I should say, is for animal rights movement because of the owner, I guess, is Glenn Taylor, the owner of who Johnson
Timberwolves.
Timberwolves, yeah.
And I guess in his factory or whatever, it's a lot of they produce meats or whatever. I'm guessing so. They were having a protest against that. So she thought during the game she should, come in the middle of the game, or I think it was a timeout, maybe, try to super glue herself. I'm not sure how they
The other one chained herself
managed to do all that with
to the
security
rim.
right there. But I'm just a little confused on that part. But hey, they managed to get it done.
My question is, how the hell you get in an arena with a chain?
Right, with metal detectors. You know what I'm saying? With like. That's
where did you hide this?
A lack of security on Minnesota's part, I should say. That's a little bit of lack of security on their part.
No, the chain was in Memphis, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Memphis. Oh, okay. My bad.
Hey, Memphis, what are you doing?
Yeah, he said,
where is your security?
What if she decided to chain herself to another person or something? You know what I mean? Like, crazy. Like, y'all go ahead. Either way, I'll take it. I don't care. Like,
hey, what if she would have like?
Look, I'm not trying to bash anybody for whatever they believe in. You feel me? But I mean, really, lady. I mean,
but I want to know: are these ladies sponsored or something? Because like, how are they affording courtside tickets? Right? Like, they're not coming down. They're not coming down out of the fourth deck. You know what I mean? Like these ladies.
That was interesting too. I wondered that too. Like, what
that's
the hell
a good question.
Are sitting courtside, man. Like, so they're either sponsored or these are some rich ladies who just got time on their hands. And whether you use it for good cause or not, I'm not debating that. I'm just saying they clearly got time on their hands if they got that kind of money to throw to go. The second one figured it out though. The first one, I don't know what she had, super glue or what, but she was planning to glue herself. Maybe that she needs to get in that Gorilla Glue. That stuff we found out works on your hair real good.
You don't. Hell
so,
no. Don't.
Like,
do not listen to John. If you do anything, don't listen
she
to
runs
John.
out and like slides and like sits down and tries to glue her hand real quick, and they just walked out and picked her right up. Like the glue didn't even dry yet. They're like, "All right, man, let's go." The second lady actually had been chained to the thing for like several minutes before anyone realized it. Like apparently she had like a big shirt over her chain, and then like she like pulled the chain out and like chained herself to the thing, and then like pulled her shirt back down. So no one even knew she was chained to it for some time. And like apparently she just right next to the basket for like minutes. Like how did she not get in the way of photographers or videographers or anything else? I don't know. Like at some point, like someone had to have been like, what is going on? Eventually she revealed her chain, which is when they were like, "That lady's chained to the basket. What's going on here?" I don't. And by the way, is she from Minnesota? She travel? Did she travel and buy courtside tickets? Like, how loaded are these people? That's what I want to figure out. Like, they're definitely sponsored, man.
That's just crazy to me. How they got all them eyes in the sky when it come to Kyrie flipping the bird off, but they ain't got all them eyes in the sky when somebody getting
no, not even eyes in the sky. What the hell is a metal detector?
I'm just saying, all them eyes though. You got thousands of eyes, and they couldn't. You telling me?
Then I'm pretty sure to get all the way down there, you had to get through a couple different security guards.
Like that's just insane.
I don't know. Like that's what I'm saying. If I don't know if they were actually courtside or not, because if they were courtside, it's quite easy to get. I mean, you're right there, man. You're 2 feet from the thing. If she did come down, then yeah, I'd like to know how in the world she was able to pull that off. But yeah, if you're a stadium now, like what do you have to have bolt cutters somewhere on standby? Like, all right, hey, we got the bolt cutters, right? We got them ready to go tonight. Like, it's just
definitely should.
Hey, that's crazy. Look.
I guess, and are they fans or like because the dude Glenn Taylor, he used to be state representative, or he was some sort of political. This could be a political thing too, politically motivated. Maybe they just hate the guy politically too, but. Like, are they actual Timberwolves fans, or they just hear about like, oh, this guy is rich and he happens on Timberwolves. Let's go show up to Timberwolves games. Like, he probably don't even show up to the games, so he don't even know.
And that's what I'm saying. If it's been going on, why are they just now doing it now though? Like, why out of the blue? Like,
right, and that's another thing, right? Did the second lady feel motivated by the first one and just be like, all right, I'm gonna go buy me an expensive ass ticket so I can go do this too? Like. I don't. Yeah, the whole thing just like I have so many questions that are still not answered.
Hey, I guess at the end of the day, it just gives us people like us more stuff to talk about. So
At the end of the day, we're gonna just switch subjects. All right.
You ain't got no time. You ain't got no thoughts on that, Nico, at all.
What am I supposed to say? You glued yourself. Didn't work. The other one, you changed yourself to the rim. You should have changed yourself to the rim to stop
Who
game. Then you
who was
would have.
the player? There was it Pat Beverly. I think it was Pat Beverly who was like looking at like what is going
Yeah,
on?
hey, look, you know what I'm noticing though. It seems like all the craziness be happening in Minnesota. There was another clip that I seen where it was a guy. He was getting his haircut at the Minnesota, like,
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
a haircut in the middle of the game.
my thing
Like,
is, how the hell you get in there with Clippers?
right? Like, how did he was able to bring his cape and
I don't
everything?
even know how to do that.
He bought the little.
If you're a player, Nico, and you see this, you just run to the other end of the court and be like, you know what? I don't know what this person's capable of. I'm out of here. Or do you just like look at it and be like,
No.
how do you respond to that?
That's how mass shootings happen. You just stand there.
Right. Like I feel like I don't know if I run, but I definitely start walking to the other end of the court.
Don't be figuring out why he got on that black trench coat. No, don't.
Yeah. I started looking for exits. Like, yeah, no.
I don't give a damn. I don't care if it's 100 degrees and he got on a black trench coat. I'm leaving. Go.
I guess you could get away with anything in Minnesota.
Hey, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I would love to be a cop when them streakers be running on the game during the game.
You want to tackle a streaker?
Put him right on his neck. Put him right on his neck.
You talking about a runner, not a streaker. You talking about a streaker?
No, them dudes that be doing it at the games.
I don't want to hit no nude. I don't want to tackle no nude.
No, I ain't. No, I'm a Ray Lewis though.
Bro, that's the majority of them are either naked or in their drawers, bro.
I might trip a nude. I ain't tackling her.
Yes,
no, some of them be clothed.
Bro.
Yeah, no, most of them be clothed, but like it's
you know
like
what? I take that back. I just taste it. Pop up.
I think most of them, because here's the thing, right? You get arrested for trespassing. That's one thing. You go nude, you're talking about you're now registered. You know what I mean? Like you got to go tell your neighbors you live on the street. Now that's a different story. So most people do leave their clothes on nowadays. But yeah, I ain't tackling no streakers. I'll trip them or something.
I ain't gonna lie, I'll Ray Lewis them though. Like catch them slipping. What they say, that hit you don't become it hurts the most.
We are moving on.
So, in other news, guys, who is your rising star in the playoffs so far? I'm gonna just go ahead and say it.
I ain't got one.
I ain't got one. No, I'm stop.
Oh, damn! Boston came back and made it a game.
Did they?
Yeah, it's 99.
Yeah, we giving you live coverage of the NBA.
Live coverage, baby.
So pay up.
That's the nice thing about doing the live shows is we can actually talk about.
Hey, that's facts.
We should start doing it one day a week though, on top of the shows.
I'm with it.
You know,
I'm sure our 32 fans will love it. You feel me? So hey,
yeah. You know,
let's give the people what they want.
Just send us $100 each, and we'll appreciate you. No, I'm just playing. But so far, though, guys, honestly, Jordan Poole has been cooking, bro. For this to be his first playoff series, he's been cooking.
Yeah.
That's why I say it's my rising star so far. What about you guys?
Go ahead, John.
Yeah. Anthony Edwards had a tough night the other night. I do think that he has more potential than a lot of the other guys that we've seen. But kudos to Jalen Brunson too for keeping them in that series.
Illinois' finest.
Yeah, keeping them in that series till Doncic comes back, because I mean that was arguably the best performance from any of these guys we've seen. But
he was cooking the first game too.
Jordan Poole's consistency is insane. I mean, it looked like it was going to be, Andrew Wiggins the two. When Clay got back, then Clay would be the two, and then maybe Wiggins the three, and then. But this guy has taken it, man. He has become their number one scorer for some time now, almost. And so like the way he's playing it's so consistent. Like, kid's got a really bright future.
True.
Yeah. I was kind of in a what's the word? I was in a pickle with this one. So I mean, because I really like Anthony Edwards. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like I said, out of everybody in this whole group, I feel like he's gonna possibly Well, I can't even say that. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. I just feel like he has the most potential. But
Yeah,
I mean,
I do feel that way.
but I mean, honestly, Jordan Poole, like honestly, I didn't. He's somebody that's coming from the G League and doing what he's doing now. I feel like for somebody, how you can have Stephen Curry come off the bench and only play what 20, maybe 22 minutes that he was
Yeah,
playing.
he's played 20 minutes the last 2 games.
I feel like if you could do that, you're doing something in the league, bro. I'm just saying when you got your backup to be Stephen Curry, when he's supposed to be one of the greatest players, in the league right now, you're doing something. So I mean, honestly, I can't knock what Jordan Poole is doing right now, man. Dude's balling. He looks comfortable. He looks like he belongs in the NBA right now. Honestly, I
Yeah,
feel like he's one of those guys that you can really look at and be like, he started from the bottom though. Like I said, he started from the G League and he worked his way up the rotation, and he's at where he's at now because of his hard work and dedication to the NBA. So
if he was on any other team without Steph Curry, his jersey would be flying off the rack.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean, if
absolutely.
he's
I mean,
like
it might be already though.
no, I definitely think he's flying off the rack. But I'm saying like if he were in Detroit or something like that, I'm saying like he'd be top 10 probably in jersey
Oh,
sales.
yeah,
Like
absolutely.
but being on a team with Clay and Steph and stuff, people are still gonna go buy all those. But I mean, yeah, he's playing that kind of basketball right now, and it's not it's not a shot. But I'm saying this isn't like the Jeremy Lin 10-day thing. I mean, he's been doing this for months now, the whole second half of the season, and now for a lot of y'all's MVP. I mean, to be going head to head with your some y'all think this is the MVP, and up 2-0 on him, with Curry only. Listen, so one of the things with Towns is with Edwards, I will give him a little defense here, is Karl-Anthony Towns cannot be taking the fourth or fifth most shots on his team. How are you 4 for 7 last night?
Oh,
Like you got to be more aggressive than that if you're Karl-Anthony Towns, because that enables them to just tee off on Edwards and double team him and just in a sense lock him down. Like you got to give the guy some help, because even though Poole's having this great series, he's still getting help from his other guys, and Edwards did not get that last night.
yeah, but the thing about the Joker though, I mean, your second and third best players haven't played, so that has a lot to do with it too. I'm pretty sure these games would be a lot different if a healthy Jamal Murray and a healthy Porter Jr. was out there. I think the series would be a lot different. It might be 1-1, or the Warriors might be down 0-2. So I think when people say, "Oh, the Joker can't do it," bro, his second and third best teammate is out.
No, but I think he's going to show why he's MVP candidate in these next couple of games. I do think he turns around, because I'm sorry, at some point there's no excuse. I don't care if your boys are all scrubs. If you're the most valuable player, you have to show like I can take a game or two or three in this
No,
series
no,
and take
no.
over a game. Yes, you're an MVP, man.
If you're the best
No, if you're
player,
the MVP,
if
go
you're
score
the if
45.
you're
Go
the
give me
only good
45.
player on most teams, you only get one game.
No.
It don't
Yeah.
matter. No,
You
you're
didn't.
the
LeBron didn't. What do you mean?
When?
That whole damn Cleveland series.
When?
That whole
When?
Cleveland team.
When?
If you're the MVP,
2018 and 2009.
With Kyrie and Kevin Love?
I said 2018.
What did they?
He didn't have Kyrie. He didn't have Kyrie. That whole
Kyrie
season
left?
he had like I think it was like Larry Nance, Jordan Crawford, I said Crawford, Jordan Clarkson, George Hill, Isaiah Thomas, like all like the people, them.
How many games they won?
I can't remember right now. You put me on the spot, man. I can't remember right now. I can't. I'll be honest with you. I can't. But I mean, still, he got that team to the finals, though. That's what I'm saying.
But we've seen every time this happens is scoring is always more important than triple doubles. Scoring always wins. The scoring is more important than even assists by your greatest player. Your best player can't be right. Like you look at all the greatest point guards who won championships. They were score first point guards. They weren't, Magic and Isaiah and Steph and these guys. They were score first. They didn't, Steve Nash never won championships. Stockton, everyone, like, because your main guy can't be pass first. He has to have that threat of being able to score. So I don't want to see 26, 9 and 9 from Jokic tomorrow night in the next game. I want to see him go out and get 41 and 10 and 5. I don't care. Like, I don't need him to have a triple double. I want to go see him go take over a game and prove, you know what, you're the MVP. And by the way, I think he has that in him. I think Denver has it in him. I don't think they're all bums and scrubs like everyone thinks they are. I think this
Never
series,
said they were bums.
no, but I'm just saying, like, a lot of other people outside,
I
a lot
just
of people
think
are saying this is a
they
G
got the
League
short end
team
of the stick.
without him, and I disagree with that. So I I want to see him go prove that tomorrow, but yeah, he's got to do it, man. He's got to prove he's the MVP. You can't go down 0-3 to Golden State with Jordan Poole as their leading scorer.
And I know I'm speaking like out of hypothetically, but honestly, if they did even have Porter Jr. and
we don't know that.
Murray, I still think they'll lose, because if you think about it, Warriors are still missing Wiseman, bro. That Wiseman could be a big part to stop, Jokic, bro. You don't know that?
Ain't nobody stopping the Joker. Come on,
man, stop it. We don't know. We don't know what Wiseman. We don't know what Wiseman is because we haven't seen him play yet, bro.
We've been cooking all season.
But we're talking about. This is what I talked about the other night, and I was completely wrong. We can get into that actually if you guys want to, where we were right and wrong about these series. But like, I was completely wrong about Giannis being a defensive player of the year, but like, he is up there. He's ranked up there as one of the top defensive players in the league. You go look at Denver and versus Golden State the other day. Like, one of the Jokic defensive liability was so much higher than the next closest person on his team. He was minus 26 in that game. When Joker was on the court, they were minus 26. The next closest person.
But he's never been a defensive stopper, though.
Right, but I'm saying at some point, you can't tell me this guy's the best when he averages 26, 9 and 9, when you have a guy over there playing defense at a high level and scoring 30 points a game in Giannis and still grabbing 10, 12, 13 rebounds a game. Like, I'm sorry, just because Giannis don't average 10 assists and he'll average 4 or 5, like, he's doing things on the defensive end that are more important than 4 or 5 extra assists by a long shot. And that's why for me, he's the clear-cut MVP. But, like, when you're minus 26, come on, man. That's terrible. That's terrible. The next closest person was minus 17. The next one after that was like minus 10. Like, this dude, when he was on the court, he was literally the main reason they lost. When he was on the court, they just got blown out. You can't have that from your MVP. You cannot have that. You cannot get blown out when your best guy's on the floor. That's ridiculous.
Bruh, they're going to get one game and they're probably losing 5.
Okay, but I'm just saying they play better defense. They played better defense when he was off the court than when he was on it. That's a bad sign for him. So I want to see him step it up. I want to see him push the floor and actually play some defense and get back and be important to this team. Right? And I think he will. I think he will. I'm not saying he's done. I'm saying I think he's going to prove he's an MVP candidate in these next couple games. But if he doesn't, then I don't want to hear nothing from nobody.
He's short-handed. 1-5.
Why is that? I just don't understand how y'all can use that analogy for people being short-handed, but y'all weren't using that same analogy for LeBron though when he was short-handed.
I've always said LeBron was short-handed.
I'm just saying, not just you. There's a lot of folks out there that just be like, yeah.
Like, honestly,
especially for KD right now.
Like, even when people was like, "Oh, KD killed LeBron," he was on like the best team in the NBA. What the hell are you talking about?
That's another time.
They added Kevin Durant to that team. Why did you think they would get any worse? Why did you think they would fall off?
It happens. It does happen.
I understand, but I'm just saying for those folks out there, they don't understand. You feel me? So,
like, when it was like, "Oh, KD cooked them."
No, it does happen. Like, teams will have a good core, and then they'll break it up to bring in a star player, and it throws the team off. But I do think that's
where has it happened.
Look at the Lakers right now. I mean,
the Lakers. Let's not act like the Lakers were like Western Conference Finals. They lost in the first round last year because LeBron didn't have help. AD got hurt.
Right. So they broke up the entire team because, like, if AD was back, I don't think they lose in the first round last year. So
I agree.
right. So why break up the whole team and start over from scratch with a bunch of star names when you were, just an injury away from being a much better team? But I'm going to say that's not even the point. I'm just saying, like, we've seen it happen. So, and I think that's one of the great things about Steph Curry is he doesn't mind other people coming in and just plugging in, and that's what makes him one of the the greats all time is guys like that.
But hey, all right. So real quick before we go, just name the series. What is the best series you've seen so far in the 2 games in the playoffs? Each series. We have some games tonight. What is the best series so far? Just say the series. That's it.
I'm gonna stick with the Boston and New York, of course. I mean, it's definitely been the game one, and then especially the second one
Tonight. Yeah. What you got, Walt?
I'm saying the Sixers and Raptors, just because my boy Joel Embiid told the coach, "Hey man, stop being about these calls, man." I like that.
How's that the best?
Well, that's not a good series.
That's between a player and a coach. What do you mean?
But once one team is getting blown off the court,
right?
Night,
Yeah,
what
you mean they getting blown off the court?
They just lost by like 15 last night, and the Raptors came back.
The game right now is 57-62. It's a close game. So what?
What game are you talking about?
So you're saying it still could turn into a good. You're saying it still could turn
Sixers and Raptors are playing now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying
this is game 3.
So Walt, you're saying that this could still turn into a good series, is what you're saying, because it hasn't been to this point.
They just played last night. How they playing again?
Yeah, they said
they played 2 nights ago, I think, or did they play last night? I think they played 2 nights ago.
Yeah, because they played.
Yeah, they played 2 nights ago.
Game 3 is tonight for them.
Yeah.
What the hell? They trying to get them up out of there. Like, look, Canada. Y'all ain't
anyways, before I was rudely interrupted, like I said, how you gonna ask me what my favorite
that didn't make no sense.
How you gonna ask me what my favorite series is? I didn't ask. Oh, is this Nico's favorite? This is Walt's favorite series.
All right, go ahead. Let's see your.
No, but I'm legit curious that you're saying this could turn into a really good series because it hasn't been.
I'm saying just based off the first game, I like how Joel Embiid was talking mess to the coach. Like I like that. What's wrong with that?
That's entertaining, but the series itself has been lopsided.
I don't care. They said the question was, what is your favorite series? They didn't say John. They didn't say Nico. They said Walt. What is your favorite series so far in 2 games? That was a question.
If you and Nico play to a game to 10 and it goes into win by 2 and you have to win, 13-11 or something like that. And then you and I play, and you beat me 10-0, but they're like, "Oh yeah, Walt was talking that, so that was a better series." No, the better game is the better game.
Look. Let me just ask this. Okay, Nico, what's your favorite series right now out of these 2 games?
I would say Boston and Brooklyn.
Okay, so that means we all would have agreed. Why would I want to agree with y'all? I don't want to agree with you.
No, we're not saying you gotta agree. We're just saying
you know what it is. John, I'll figure it out. Wait,
pick.
John,
it's my pick.
John, he's upset.
Is the whole thing based on that
he's
one
upset
thing?
Because
talking.
No, I'm not upset. Trust me, I'm not upset. I'm just trying to make a point.
John, he's upset because
I'm
Cleveland was supposed to play last night.
Trust me,
Cleveland was supposed to play.
You would know if I was pissed. You would know if I was pissed. I'm just trying to make a point. That's all.
Cleveland was supposed to play last night. They were supposed to be in Miami and not Atlanta.
Okay, but my only question is
really? You think I'm that really? you really think it's that deep for me? Really?
He say, "I'm gonna get blown out." That would have never happened to Cleveland. We don't know.
Really?
We don't know.
Okay. Oh, I pray the Bucks whoop the Bulls' ass tonight. Oh my God. Oh my God!
Talk about. I don't know if that was just garbage basketball or good defense. People calling it a different thing, but that was a low scoring one. My goodness,
it was.
And that was a bad call. That over the back they called on Patrick Williams.
Of course.
It was. What the hell you mean? Of course. At least my team.
That's one of the low.
You getting mad?
Hey, you know what? I get it. Walt's sticking with his pick. I think Raptors Sixers was his pick from the start.
It was.
Yeah. So you're sticking with your pick. I get that. I'm hoping that you're saying this could turn into one of the best series, but
I'm not saying
it just has not been.
How
It
you
just
going
has
to
not
ask me?
been.
This is my favorite series so
That
far.
boy say, "Hey, I don't
I'm
care
not
if
saying
Toronto
it's
is
not
getting
the
8
best
down
series.
stump.
Do you
They
hate the
still talking
Raptors?
crazy,
Do you hate the
and I like it. Like,
Raptors?
I
what?
have no problems against the Raptors, man. I'm just how you gonna ask me a question about what my
Hey,
favorite
John, you know what
thing
this is?
is?
You know what this is? That's like stumping out a dude and be like, "Hey, that was a good fight." He kept talking.
Y'all
While we stumping him out.
taking this way over to what it needs to
Hey,
be.
You ever,
Man.
he
you ever
kept talking
see,
crazy.
you ever
You
see
know, I
like
was
that
stumping
kid?
him out.
You ever see that kid that like runs his mouth all the time, and some bully tries to like silence them, and the whole time they're getting beat up, they just keep running their mouth, and like the bully just can't. He just it like breaks the bully because like no matter how hard he punches this kid, the kid just keeps talking all that trash.
Hey, that's called heart. I respect that.
This is why Walt. This is why Walt likes it. He's like, oh yeah. He's like, it was lopsided, but there was some good trash talks.
Well, like talk your shit. Like they're losing, bro.
I just don't understand how y'all gonna ask me a question about my favorite series, though. I give you
No,
my
I'm just
answer.
curious why. I'm just curious why. Like, was
I
the trash
just
talk
told
the
you
only
why
reason?
because I liked how Embiid is just he's doing his thing, and then like I said, he has a personal vendetta against Toronto. You feel me?
Okay,
Go
so
back to Kawhi Leonard days. The
if we were to
game
say
winning
who's
shot.
the most,
The game winning shot.
if we were to
He
say
has a
who's
personal
must watch,
vendetta against him, bro.
if we were to say who is must watch TV right now, I could understand Joel Embiid. But this series, I just can't understand that.
Oh my god, I just don't understand how y'all gonna ask me what is my best series.
We apologize.
Hey, no, you could be right. Like this, clearly, this series is turning around. This game is much better than the last two.
All right, look, see, now that y'all saying that, now Toronto definitely about to make it a series now. Just
They
because
about to lose in 5. Stop playing.
nah, they about to lose in like 6
Hey.
or 7 now. You feel me?
Boy, y'all are funny. All right. So speaking of Toronto, James Harden says he feels no pressure entering the playoffs. One, I just need you guys to describe his comment in one word. My word is lying.
Yeah, probably. I guess for me, it's confusing. Like, does he not read?
Wait, no.
Like,
You don't explain it. All
right.
What's one word to describe his comment?
I don't have one. I don't have one.
You confused too?
Just say
comment.
Harden.
Yes, I am confused with his comment. I am.
Just say Harden. That was
this is coming from somebody who struggles in the playoffs. So that's what I'm saying.
When he said it, I'm like, is he Michael Jordan? And I didn't know it. What pressure? You ain't got none?
Yeah.
Was you in the playoffs last year?
I'm gonna say lost for words.
When you hurt?
By the way, this point, he's been playing like he doesn't feel pressure, man. I think he might have 14 the other night. I think he was I think he was like the third or fourth highest scoring player on the Sixers. Like,
dude, I think he's been like top 4 the last 3 games, and he ain't 1, 2, or 3. Because Maxey had 38 first night, and B went off game 2. So it's like, you care to join us? You what you doing, bro?
Right now he has 16.
How much time is left in the game?
It's only the third quarter.
Late third quarter.
What's the score?
68-63.
Raptors are up 5. Raptors up 5.
Dang, so that'll suck. Like if you go off and they lose, that wouldn't be good.
Yeah, he could still drop maybe.
I say he still got another quarter, so he can probably.
I'm just saying, like, what if he get like 35 and they lose by 10? It's like,
if he gets 35, then they're not losing.
They're not losing.
But if he gets 25, they could probably still lose.
I don't know, but yeah, I'm confused too. James
Harden for this one, man.
But you know what I think James Harden doing? I think he's doing that reverse psychology. Like, like when you tell yourself it ain't gonna hurt, just to psych your mind out, but like this shit about to hurt. I think that's what he's trying to do. Like, I ain't got no pressure, but deep down inside, that boy like, hey, these threes ain't falling. I gotta get a dunk and one something.
If they get bounced, if let's just say they get bounced in the first round, is he out of Philly?
Shit, him and Phil. Doc Rivers will be.
Where you gonna go though? That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, at this point, he should be. They got the options right now.
He's
He's not getting bounced. He's not.
gonna try to go back to Brooklyn.
Like he's got to feel. You know what I mean? Like there's.
Ain't good 4-man team in Brooklyn. Hey, I'm back.
No,
hit them with the hey, I'm back. They're gonna be like, no, we good, bro. We got beer.
Hey man, that team does. They got think about like, all the players they have on their bench. You got Aldridge, Griffin, Simmons, Dragic. Joe Harris hasn't come back yet. Like
Patty Mills
bench is
in Curry.
Patty Mills don't start.
No.
Okay.
I don't think he started since the trade. Actually.
Yeah, I think they've been starting Devin Brown.
No. Yeah, matter of fact, right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Patty Mills ain't started since the trade.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's a nice.
You're gonna need him in these playoffs.
That bench got nice names on it, so we'll see.
Right. True.
How that translates into wins, but
true. Well, Walt, take us out.
All right, people. It's your boy Big Walt. My boy Nico Suave over there, looking very suave-ish. Right. My boy John. Hey, I can say this, coldest white boy I know, man. That's my boy. I can say that.
Just like Jason Williams. I see you, boy.
Jason Williams.
Hey, always dishing out them assists. But hey, we appreciate y'all joining us tonight.
White chocolate.
Make sure y'all comment, subscribe.
I'll leave for the next one. I got something.
Go ahead.
Hey, wait. So y'all saw the Timberwolves celebrate winning the championship, right? They won.
Oh, you talking about Patrick Beverly?
No, they won the NBA championship, right? The way they were celebrating, right? They did.
Yeah. So, of a playoff berth. Yeah.
So for
keep
you,
the lights on 2 more games. Yeah.
For you, Walt, was that probably the most entertaining game?
That wasn't even a series, though. That doesn't even count.
Because of all the trash they were talking.
Right. Yeah.
Nah, but real, what was that? We'll get into that another day. But what was? I don't know what that was, man.
Hey, that don't even count though. I'm just saying, y'all trying to take shots at me. Now you said series, but anywho. We appreciate y'all joining us tonight. John trying to take shots at the end. It's all good though. Hey, I love my guys. Hey, make sure y'all join us next week. Well, tomorrow. Make sure y'all join us tomorrow. So
yeah, we'll run it back. Let's do another one.
Real Deal Sports, baby. We out.